Hey everybody. So today is New Year's Eve and
No, yeah, it's New Year's Eve.
31st, and Giabella here, her first due date is tomorrow. We've been taking her temperature every day, and it's been dropping from 100 to 99.9 to 98 to 99.8 to 99.7 this morning. We're about to take a temperature, we can see that process, but she's living now in her whelping cage, ready to have some babies, hopefully maybe tomorrow or the next day. We've of course got our incubators warmed up and ready to go in case something happens. And here comes Giabella. Come on, Giabella. So we're going to take a temperature. So very simple process.
She wants to be with me. I don't know how you're going to do this.
Good girl.
Okay.
Yeah, good girl. So good old Walmart thermometer. You get it in our puppy care kit if you get
Make sure
that.
you get plenty
You
of
want
it.
plenty of Vaseline because this girl is not like this.
No, she doesn't like
She's
her.
not like this at all.
No,
But
she
here we go. We'll
does
turn her
little-
around and we're going to stick this right in her butt. Turn it on. Just take it nice and
It's
gently.
okay, honey.
Nice and gently. So here we go. 98, 95, 96, 97, 97, 98.6, 98.8, 99, 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, slowing up, 0.4.
Kit, stop it.
Can you see that just on display, honey? Probably not. 99.5. Leave it in there till it beeps. So remember, she was 99.7, 99.6. So it's 99.7, 99.7, there's that. And you will see temperature fluctuating. But the important point is 98.8. I want to point out how far we've got this thermometer in our rear end. We've really got it in there a long way. So it's stalled out at 99.8, and that's what it's going to be. So it was 99.7. You probably get a lower temperature in the morning, but it's going to beep in a moment here. I'm not going to make it. There it goes. And there's the number. Wipe it off.
Wipe the little bottom.
Wipe the little bottom off. Okay, good
Okay.
go. Okay, so now we are still, I think, a couple of ways away from having puppies.
yeah.
But,
Like January 2nd.
but.
You're going to be January 2nd.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh,
Sorry, I
honey.
stepped on the floor.
That was good.
Now, what we're going to do is,
Pregnant mama, you step on her?
we are going to take her progesterone level.
I know,
Come on,
honey.
Giabella. Come on, girl. There you go. Good girl. Okay. So we're set up here with a 1 ml syringe. Of course, a fresh needle. Anytime you do a stick, always, they will not like you if you try to reuse a needle.
No.
And they're cheap enough.
Should
there's
never
no
have
sense
to.
in it at all.
Come here,
There's the
Giabella.
needle.
Come here.
There's our needle on there, good and proper. There's the needle. Okay,
There's
throw this
Mama.
rubbish away. So
There's
now
mama.
we are going to pour some blood. So here's my tourniquet. Just nothing more than an elastic band. And I'm going to try and do this by myself because Tammy's running the camera, so we'll see how this works. It's much easier as a two-handed process. You want some alcohol so that you can clean up the area you're going to... Oh, mama!
Oh,
Okay.
honey. Careful.
Okay, so now you want mum on a non-slip surface. That's why we've got her on towel. We do not want her slipping off this. She's probably not particularly crazy about being up in the air, but she'll be okay. So what we're going to do, we are going to...
Oh, knock that over.
What did I do with my elastic band? Here it is. There it is. Okay,
Did you
Giabella.
put?
Not yet, I'll do that in a moment.
Okay.
So here we go. So I'm going to take it from, I'm right-handed, I'll take it from her right arm, she's facing me. I put this around, I put it underneath the knot. It makes it so much easier to remove it. Don't have to fight that thing to remove it when I've got the blood. I just got to pull on that bit. Okay, now, if you've not done this before, I suggest that you shave the arm because it'll make it much easier to see what's going on. But
She knows what's fixing to happen. She's
there's the
tasting
vein. You
alcohol.
can see it right there. Move the vein off to the side with my thumb so it doesn't move out of the way. Bevel up on the syringe, on the needle, and then a slow slit stick and watch for a flash. And there's the flash. You saw it there.
That's-
And here comes the blood.
You hear Kit whining. She's so jealous.
And I had blood there for a second.
Had to put Kit up or she'd be right in the middle of this.
Here it comes. Don't, if you pull it too fast, by the way, you can get it blocked up in the syringe. You can see it slowly filling up. She's not in any distress whatsoever at all. I've already got enough, you sweetheart. Mwah. She's a really nice dog. Love this dog. She's such a good mama. She's such a sweet girl. She's got a little...
It's worth her weight in gold.
She is. She's got a little baby in the house. She doesn't know. She wants to play and be nice to that baby. All right, so got enough blood. We pull this here. That's just that is that. Slowly pull that out, and then put some pressure on where the stick was.
And when you pick her from the back end too.
And there we go. Let's look at that.
Yeah.
No bleeding. Daisy. So while we've got her up here, let's just take a look at this girl. So let's see if we've got any milk. So come around to Tony.
Okay.
So you can see that she has got boobs that Pamela Anderson would be proud of. Does she have any milk? No, she doesn't. So look at this.
Give it a
Look,
couple of tries.
little drop right
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
Little drop.
You need to give a couple of tries.
Yeah. So what you do is you take from the belly, take your fingers up towards the end of the nipple. Okay.
Okay, that's
So
enough.
the answer is no. That's fine. Not a worry.
Yeah, you're okay.
It's okay.
She's worried about
Yeah,
it.
she's worried about it.
Yeah.
Okay, so what we're going to do next is we're going to spin the blood down, and I'll show you that briefly on the next bit. How many minutes have we got this, Tammy?
Okay.
That's a good stopping point.
Let's-
Let's put her back in again.
Yeah,
let's
but
see what
you carry her from the-
Let's see what she thinks about a cage. Come on,
Okay.
Mama. So now this is another thing. When you're picking up a mum who's pregnant.
Yeah, you
not-
did the wrong thing a while ago.
Yeah, not a lot of pressure on her belly. Just not a
Yeah.
lot of pressure on her belly. Don't drop her.
Well, and you don't pick her up the way you picked her
All right,
up
let's
while
see what she
ago.
does. Come on, Mama.
You can go pin up. Pin up, Bella. No, not there. Come on. Go pin up. Here, Bella. Not in there. Come here.
Bella, come on, Bella. Come on, girl.
Come on.
Come on, Bella. Here you go. Look at that.
Good girl.
Happy to be in there.
Yes.
Happy to be in there. That's what you want. Did you
Kit,
So look,
stop it.
if you got a
We had to put you up so we could do this, silly girl.
so don't put your mama in here just after she's come back from a C-section. Put her in here 2 or 3 days ahead of time. Get
Yes.
her comfortable with it. Get her in a place that she's happy to be, that she feels safe, that she's used to. Don't muck up and change too many things. Okay, so here we go. So next one's going to be progesterone
The only
test.
thing we're going to do different to that cage is when she comes home with her babies is we're going to put a blanket on top of that and cover it up just like if you were covering up a bird's cage at night.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Next video is going to
So
be
keep the draft away from the
progesterone
babies.
test. She's going to be above a 2.5. She's not ready to have puppies, but that's why we're doing the progesterone test. And the vet closes in 1 hour. So we want to get these results today at, see, it's 4:10. They're going to close at 5. Enough time that if we do have to have a C-section, we're on board with the vet. So love my pups, my breeder's supply.
580-799-1910 for these babies and other babies like my son's litter, and his Instagram page is My Frenchies of Texas, and we're Love My Pups and mybreedersupply.com.
Happy New Year. Okay, so turning the centrifuge off. What we did is we collected, in the last video, we collected blood from Giabella, because we can do a reverse progesterone test. We collected blood for the tourniquet, and you saw me do that. Then we put that into a little collection tube, and we spun it down, and for about 5 minutes. And here it comes. Right, by the way,
Kit,
much
stop.
easier with some long nose. All right, so there's our blood spun down. Okay, so now, come on over here, Tammy. So now we're gonna run a progesterone test, and I'm not gonna make you wait for 15 minutes, but I'm gonna show you just how we load this up. I just wanna talk about this for a second. Find care machines, love these machines. I'm an authorized dealer for the machine, have been for quite some time. I've got lots of people now using it. We haven't had a single machine that's had a problem that's had to be returned. Love the product. The product, it's not cheap. It's $28.95 for the machine as of this video. And a box of 10 test kits is $90. You will need a centrifuge, it's $89. You can get started with your first setup for around $3,000, gets you rolling with this.
But as much money as you spend at the vet's office for the blood test
No,
and pulling blood and...
I mean, we're getting bigger litters because of this. We're timing our C-section. Just one litter for us pays for the machine 2 or 3 times over on one puppy. Just getting one extra puppy. She's whining away, isn't she? All right, so when you get the machine, the very first time you open up a box, it comes with a calibration chip. You put that in the machine, like so. You press where it says read ID chip, and it says read successfully, yes. That's how quickly it is to calibrate the machine. Calibrated. Throw that away if you want. Now so that's a great thing about this. Every single machine that you get, every time you buy a new test box, it's calibrated with the chemistry. All right, so here we go. So here's the auto pipette. It's got 2 positions, 1, 2, 1, 2. It's a little tricky doing this. See if you can get in here, Tammy. If you can't, it's okay.
The louder you speak, the louder she gets.
So there is a 75 microliter pool. We don't need that anymore. It comes with, every test kit comes with 10 of these little buffer tubes with a buffer solution in it. This now goes into the buffer solution, and it has to be mixed thoroughly. And they say to mix this for at least 20 seconds. What I like to do is give it a good mixing, and then I like to use the pipette to mix it around with the pipette and really get it mixed up well. Now, probably the best thing to have is a vortex spinner. They're not very expensive. That's probably the best thing to do. So here we go. Now here comes our pull. So I've got a new fresh cassette. There's the cassette. It goes into this little window right here. Then you pull this out of this. So we go down 1 notch. We pull up a good clean sample. Put it straight into the little window. There it is. That gets thrown away. This now immediately goes into the machine. We don't want to hang around because there's an incubator inside this. By the way, look over here, Tammy. This machine needs to be warmed up for 5-10 minutes. It needs to read at least 24 degrees. There's an incubator inside it. Standard test, hit start. That's it. That's how easy this is. That's how even a monkey could do this. It's that easy. Now, come on, look again here, Tammy. So now you can see it's counting down. It says 14:48 and it's counting down. Right here where my finger is. There you go.
I can't see.
Right there.
Okay.
Right there. All right.
Those
It's counting down
lights.
15 minutes. After 15 minutes, it's going to do 2 things. It's going to give us the results. It'll store it in the machine and it will print it out on this paper as well. So we'll have a record. So we don't have to be around. We could go off and go eat supper and come back and the machine will just spit out the result and keep it for us. So that's that. So what are we going to see here? A level of 2.5 or less is time to go get a C-section done. I predict this girl's going to be considerably higher than that, but we will find out on the next video. And again, James and Tammy from mybreedersupply.com, which is where you can buy all this great gear, incubators and the whelping system you saw in the previous video. And some puppies are coming up here in a few days, and you can talk to Tammy about that, www.lovemypups.com. And Tammy, what's your phone number?
580-799-1910.
And today is New Year's Eve, so everybody be safe. If you
Please
go out,
be home.
If you go out, social
Please.
distance, be careful. Okay, bye
Just
everybody.
stay home.
Stay
Bye.
home. Yes. Okay, so what's been going on here? Well, we had to wait 15 minutes for this test results to come up. And here's the number, 9.18. That's what she's at, 9.18. And just by the way, I'll show you how the test runs. We're just gonna do a quick test so you can just see it running. So this is the noise it makes right at the end of the test. It's gonna read a little bit differently because it's been a couple of minutes since I ran the test, but it's gonna be within a point. So there you go, 9.22. So it's gone up slightly, and that's because I just did a quick test about a minute after I did the real test. But anyway, the point here is this dog does not need to have a C-section till that number right there by my finger is 2.5, and I just messed up here, is 2.5 or less. So, right, when will that be? People say, oh, I've got a test of 9, when will she be ready? Nobody knows the answer to that. The drop level for dogs varies so much, it's meaningless. All we know is it's got to be 2.5 or less. So what's going on with Giabella? Well, tomorrow's her first due date, her temperature's still 99.8, she's nibbling on food a little bit, so I wouldn't think that she'd be ready. But here's the deal, tomorrow is New Year's Day. We don't want to be cut short on this. We want to make darn sure we weren't going to have puppies in the middle of the night, and I guarantee we're not. So just to run over what we did on this test, we drew blood, we pulled a cc of blood, we spun it down, we put it into the little cassette, we put the cassette in the machine, we hit start test, and off it went. And it counts down for 15 minutes because we've already done this test, but that's all you have to do. It is so super easy. Love this machine. So next video is going to be us getting closer, hopefully, to seeing a number that's lower and going off to the vet. So, hey, New Year's Eve, everybody be safe tonight, and we'll see you next year. Bye, everybody.